Hello friends, welcome back. Hope you have understood the questions in the previous video. Now let us continue with the remaining questions. Next question. A takes 3 times as long as B and C together to do a job. B takes 4 times as long as A and C together to do the work. If all the 3 working together can complete the job in 24 days, then the number of days A alone will take to finish the job is. Let us assume that the time taken by B and C as n days. Now according to the question, time taken by A is equal to 3n days. Now the work done by A, B and C in one day is equal to 1 by n plus 1 by 3n. It is given in the question that if all the 3 working together can complete the job in 24 days, so 1 by 24 is equal to 1 by n plus 1 by 3n, which is equal to 4 by 3n. Therefore, n is equal to 32 days. Now the time taken by A is equal to 3 into 32, which is 96 days. Next question. A shopkeeper allows a discount of 10% on the market price of an item, but charges a sales tax of 8% on the discounted price. If the customer pays Rs 3,402 as the price including the sales tax, then what is the market price? Let us assume that the market price of the item as Rs P. Now the selling price after giving a discount of 10% is equal to P into 100 minus 10 by 100, which is equal to 90P by 100. Now the selling price after 8% sales tax is equal to 90P by 100 into 100 plus 8 by 100, which is equal to P into 90 by 100 into 108 by 100. So the sales price is given as Rs 3,402, which is equal to P into 90 by 100 into 108 by 100. Now the market price P is given by 3,402 into 100 into 100 by 90 into 108, which is Rs 3,500. Next question. The milk and water in 2 vessels A and B are in the ratio 4:3 and 2:3 respectively. In what ratio the liquids in both the vessels be mixed to obtain a new mixture in vessel C containing half milk and half water? Now let us consider that the ratio of milk and water in vessel A as 4x and 3x. Now let us consider the milk and water in A and B in terms of the proportions. The proportion of milk in A is 4x by 7 and proportion of water in A is 3x by 7. Similarly, ratio of milk and water in vessel B are 2y is to 3y. Similarly, the proportions of milk and water in B are 2y by 5 and 3y by 5 respectively. Now the ratio of milk and water in vessel C is given as 1:1 because the mixture contains half milk and half water. Now this 1 is equal to 4x by 7 plus 2y by 5 by 3x by 7 plus 3y by 5. On solving this, we get x by 7 is equal to y by 5, that is x by y is equal to 7 by 5. So the ratio is 7:5. Next question. Two numbers A and B are such that the sum of 5% of A and 4% of B is 2/3 of the sum of 6% of A and 8% of B. Now find the ratio of A is to B. Now 5% of A is 5A by 100, 4% of B is 4B by 100, 6% of A is 6A by 100 and 8% of B is 8B by 100. Now it is given that the sum of 5% of A and 4% of B is 2/3 the sum of 6% of A and 8% of B. So let us equate this. 5A by 100 plus 4B by 100 is equal to 2 by 3 of 6A by 100 plus 8B by 100. On solving this, we get 5A plus 4B is equal to 12A plus 16B by 3. Now 15A plus 12B is equal to 12A plus 16B. Now we get the ratio 3A is equal to 4B. That means A is to B is equal to 4:3. Next question. The average marks obtained by 40 students of a class is 86. If the 5 highest marks are removed, the average reduces by 1 mark. The average marks of the top 5 students is. Now we get the total marks of 40 students by multiplying the total number into the average, which is 40 into 86, which is equal to 3440. Now it is given that the 5 highest marks are removed. So after removing these, the number of students is 35 and the average is 86 minus 1, that is 85. So the total marks of 35 students is equal to 35 into 85, which is equal to 2975. Now the total marks of the top 5 students is equal to 3440 minus 2975, which is equal to 465. Now the average marks of top 5 students is equal to their marks by the number, which is equal to 465 by 5, which is equal to 93. Next question. A trader buys goods at 20% discount on market price. If he wants to make a profit of 25% after allowing a discount of 20%, by what percentage should his market price be greater than the original market price? Now let the original market price of goods be rupees 100. So the cost price of the trader is equal to 100 into 80 by 100, which is equal to 80. Now the selling price of the trader after making a profit of 25% is equal to 80 into 100 plus 25 by 100, which is equal to 80 into 125 by 100, which is equal to 100. Now let the market price of the trader be M. Now we know that there is a formula for the selling price, which is equal to 100 minus discount percentage by 100 into market price, which is equal to 100 minus 20 by 100 into market price. Now we have calculated that the selling price is 100. So 100 is equal to 80 by 100 into M. So M is equal to 100 into 100 by 80, which is equal to 125. Now we are asked to calculate by what percentage his market price is greater than the original market price. So the required percentage is equal to 125 minus 100 by 100, which is equal to 25%. Next question. A man spends 75% of his income. His income increases by 20% and his expenditure also increases by 10%. The percentage increase in savings is. Let us suppose that the man's income is rupees 100. So according to the question, the expenditure is 75% of 100, which is 75. Now with 20% increase in income, the income becomes 100 into 120 by 100, which is equal to rupees 120. Now it is given that there is 10% increase in expenditure. So previously we got the expenditure as 75. Now 110% of 75, which is 75 into 110 by 100, which is equal to rupees 82.5. And now his savings is equal to income minus expenditure, which is equal to 120 minus 82.5, which is equal to rupees 37.5. Now to calculate the percentage increase in savings, we get 37.5 minus 25 by 25 into 100, which is equal to 50%. Next question. A car travels from P to Q at a constant speed. If its speed was increased by 10 km per hour, it would have taken 1 hour lesser to cover the distance. It would have taken further 45 minutes lesser if the speed was increased by 10 km per hour. Now the distance between the two cities is. Now let us assume that the distance between two cities is x kilometers and the original speed be y kilometers per hour. So the time taken is equal to x by y. Now when the speed is increased by 10 kilometers per hour, time taken will be x by y plus 10, because 1 hour, it takes 1 hour lesser time. So x by y plus 10 is equal to x by y minus 1. Now we can write this as x by y is equal to x by y plus 10 plus 1. Take this as equation 1. Similarly, when the speed is increased by 20 kilometers per hour, the equation can be written as x by y plus 20 is equal to x by y minus 1 minus 3 by 4. We are writing minus 1 minus 3 by 4 because it is given that it would have taken further 45 minutes lesser. So previously it was 1 hour lesser, now it is further 45 minutes. So it is 1 plus 3 by 4. Now the equation 2 is x by y is equal to x by y plus 20 plus 7 by 4. Take this as equation 2. From equation 1 and 2, if we equate them, we can write it as x by y plus 10 plus 1 is equal to x by y plus 20 plus 7 by 4. This can be written as x by y plus 10 minus x by y plus 20 is equal to 7 by 4 minus 1. Now we can write this as 3 into y plus 10 into y plus 20 by 40 is equal to x. Now let us substitute the value of x in equation 1. We get y value as 60, and substituting y value in 1, we get x, which is the distance between the two cities, as 420 kilometers. Next question. A train leaves the station A at 7 am and reaches another station B at 11 am. Another train leaves B at 8 am and reaches A at 11:30 am. The two trains cross one another at. Let the distance between the two stations be x kilometers. Now the time taken by the first train is given as 4 hours because it is 7 am to 11 am, and time taken by second train is 3.5 hours because it is 8 am to 11:30 am. This can be written as 7 by 2 hours. Now the speeds of the first train and the second train are x by 4 and x by 7 by 2 respectively. We are using the formula distance by time. Now let both the trains meet after t hours from 7 am. So the time taken by A will be t hours and time taken by B will be t minus 1 hours because it is starting at 8 am. And total distance is x because both the trains are coming in the opposite direction. Now we can write this equation as x by 4 into t plus x by 7 by 2 into t minus 1 is equal to x. We can cancel x and write t by 4 plus 2 into t minus 1 by 7 is equal to 1. On solving this, we get t is equal to 36 by 15 hours. The 36 by 15 hours is nothing but 36 by 15 into 60 minutes, which is equal to 144 minutes, which is again nothing but 2 hours 24 minutes. So the two trains cross one another at 9:24 am. Next question. A man gave 50% of his savings of rupees 84,100 to his wife and divided the remaining sum among his two sons A and B of 15 and 13 years of age respectively. He divided it in such a way that each of his sons, when they attain the age of 18 years, would receive the same amount at 5% compound interest per annum. The share of B was. The total amount given to A and B together is 50% of his savings, which is 50% of 84,100, which is equal to 42,050. Now let us assume that the share of B is x, so the share of A is equal to 42,050 minus x. Now we know the formula for finding the amount in compound interest, which is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power T. Now R is the rate of interest, which is 5% per annum, which is same for both of them, and T is the time period. For A, the time period is 3 years, and B it is 5 years because they are the age of 15 and 13 years of age respectively. Also, the amount both of them is equal. So let us equate both of them. Now 42,050 minus x into 1 plus 5 by 100 whole power 3 is equal to x into 1 plus 5 by 100 whole power 5. Now on simplification we get 42,050 minus x is equal to x into 21 by 20 whole square, which is nothing but 42,050 is equal to 441x by 400 plus x, which is equal to 841x by 400. On simplification we get x, which is the share of B, as rupees 20,000. Okay friends, let's continue with the remaining questions in the next part of the series. Thank you for watching the video. Feel free to write to us for any further queries at prmrau@gmail.com.